Welcome to Netwatchers TV and Radio. This day in the news, no rift with US over MOU, says Johnson Smith. 2 million US teens are now vaping marijuana. UNDP still assisting with hurricane-battered Caribbean countries. Haitian police concerned over increasing number of juvenile rape cases. JET supports plastic ban. Calls for alternatives to scandal ban. 3 miles bypass is coming. And in mini sports, practice makes perfect. Sunshine Girls training ahead of T&T England series. Oral Tracy cutting our cloth accordingly. All these and more when the news return. The Foreign Affairs Ministry is rejecting a Gleaner report that there is a rift with the United States over intelligence sharing memoranda of understanding. Gleaner sources say the two governments have been in talks for some time but have been unable to find common ground. They also reported that the administration has indicated that it has concern about the constitutionality of some of the demands of the Americans. In a statement Monday evening, Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith confirmed that Jamaica is in talks with the United States to address what she called legal issues in relation to certain information sharing arrangements. She also said Jamaica is in similar talks with the United Kingdom and Canada. A school-based survey shows nearly 1 in 11 US students have used marijuana in electronic cigarettes, heightening health concerns about the new popularity of vaping among teens. E-cigarettes typically contain nicotine, but many of the battery-powered devices can vaporize other substances, including marijuana. Results published Monday mean 2.1 million middle and high school students have used them to get high. Vaping is generally considered less dangerous than smoking because burning tobacco or marijuana generates chemicals that are harmful to lungs. But there is little research on e-cigarettes' long-term effects, including whether they help smokers quit. Bridgetown, Barbados, CMC. 1 year after Hurricanes Irma and Maria tore through the Lesser Antilles, leaving behind a trail of death and destruction, the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, says it has helped to mobilize US $25 million for the Caribbean countries hardest hit by the two most powerful storms in recent years. In addition, UNDP said it has also supported the revision and use of improved building codes and restored over 800 buildings for the most need people in Dominica and Antigua and Barbuda. The UNDP Monday released a new report on the rehabilitation exercises days after the Caribbean islands withstood the passage of Tropical Storm Isaac, and exactly 1 year after the Category 5 Hurricane Maria wrought havoc in Dominica. It said working with national governments and affected communities, UNDP partnered with sister UN agencies, non-governmental organizations, and the private sector in the recovery process, including in initiatives to train hurricane-affected people to rebuild their own communities. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Police are expressing concern at the increasing number of juvenile rape cases since the start of the year. The spokesperson for the National Police of Haiti, Wester Apollon, has described as a real plague the criminal acts being perpetrated on children, noting that there have been 32 cases of rape on minors in 9 months. This deserves sustained attention, Apollon said, calling for much harsher penalties against rapists. He said that the criminal acts were occurring because of a lack of police presence in several areas. Police said that in the first 9 months of this year, they have arrested at least 20 people involved in wrongdoing against minors in the communes of Circa, Caravajal, Tamaski, and Tomonde. These individuals are dangerous. They participate in the kidnapping of school children, and aggravated rape on minors, among others, said Apollon, adding that the 55-year-old head of a network specializing in the kidnapping of children had been arrested. Apollon said that the police would be increasing patrols to better protect students. The Jamaica Environment Trust, JET, is calling for the government to make suitable alternatives to plastic shopping bags, commonly called scandal bags, available and accessible to Jamaicans. The government today announced bans on scandal bags, plastic straws, and styrofoam effect January 1 next year. JET says it shares the concern about the impact of the ban on grocery bags. Plastic grocery bags will have on the containerization of garbage by households. These types of plastic bags have been well established as free garbage bags and are used by many Jamaicans for this purpose. JET strongly recommends that the government of Jamaica take immediate action to address this concern, the Environment Lobby Group said in a statement this afternoon. JET said at the same time, JET said it supports the bans, stating that this long-awaited announcement comes after decades of advocacy by JET to have Jamaica's plastic pollution addressed. The government has signed a contract with China Harbour Engineering Company to construct a new bypass for 3 miles in St. Andrew to help ease traffic congestion. 3 miles was closed more than a week ago to facilitate construction works to upgrade Hagley Park Road. The closure, which is to last for 8 months, has resulted in traffic nightmares for motorists. Speaking at a press conference at Jamaica House this morning, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the bypass will be built alongside the out-of-use rail track between Marcus Garvey Drive in St. Andrew and Caymanas in St. Catherine at a cost of US $1 million with funding by major infrastructure development program and will be completed within 5 weeks. Work has already started. Holness told reporters that there was a plan to upgrade the area as part of the government's development of a special economic zone in Caymanas. He said that plan was brought forward as the administration implements a traffic management strategy. And in mini sports today, assistant coach of Jamaica's senior women's netball team, Winston Nevers, said the Sunshine Girls have intensified their preparations ahead of their 2-match and 3-test series against Trinidad and Tobago and England respectively. The Sunshine Girls will face Trinidad and Tobago in a 2-match series October 7 and 9 before engaging rivals England in 3 tests on October 11, 13 and 15. Nevers told the Gleaner that the Sunshine Girls management staff has been working assiduously to ensure that the Jamaicans are very prepared for both series. The idea of Jamaica hosting more international sporting events has been floated in the public domain again over the past few months. Subsequent news that the Bahamas government was no longer interested in hosting the IAAF World Relays due again in 2019 appeared to present the perfect opportunity for Jamaica to quench this peculiar thirst. Obviously, the necessary contracts were made, with the bid subsequently falling apart substantively because the Jamaican government was finding it difficult, if not impossible, to come up with the US $6 million over Jamaican $800 million needed primarily to upgrade the national stadium facility to the acceptable standard to host the event. News also trickled out that the Jamaica Football Federation had been in dialogue with the regional governing body CONCACAF as it relates to Jamaica hosting the opening game of the 2019 Gold Cup. Those ambitions also evaporated with the reality that the stadium also falls short of the standard required to host an event of that magnitude. And that is it for Mini Sports and This Day in News. Join us again tomorrow for another episode on Netwatchers TV and Radio. Until then, big up.